Happy Friday. So it's nearly another week gone, and for us in UK, our clocks spring forward tomorrow night. So that's always very exciting. While we get an hour less sleep in bed, it's really exciting because we start getting early mornings and we feel spring is here and all that kind of stuff. But today I'm going to talk about the metaphor of the weather. So yesterday in UK, it was a beautiful sunny day, got the washing out to dry. It was just really lovely. Today it's cold and it's wet. And on Wednesday, I had to defrost the car before I went to the gym. So we've had all sorts of weather this week. And it just really highlighted to me how weather is such a metaphor for our leadership and how we show up. We have so many metaphors anyway, there's always, every cloud has a silver lining, which is basically saying every challenge is a learning opportunity. And I always remember my daughter, who's now 24, when she was little at nursery, they had a real great mantra, which I love. There's no such thing as bad weather, only bad clothing. And I think that's such a good metaphor for leadership and resilience and everything that we do every day. We are the ones that can create that weather. What I mean by that is, even if the things are really challenging right now, even if we've got massive challenges, we as the leaders choose what weather we bring to that. Now, what I mean by that is, do we show up? Do we create that culture that's inclusive, that is, let's get this done, supportive, psychologically safe? We can control the environment in which our teams are working. And I think also the big thing about here is we choose what we can control and we let go of what we can't, which is why I love that sentence. We can't control the weather, but we can control what we wear in the weather. And so we can control what we control. I know that sounds obvious, but I think we want to control the things we can't control. And therefore we let go of that. And that sometimes needs a conversation as to what to let go of. However, if we focus on what we control, then life is much easier. So we can control the culture. We can control how we show up. We can control how we notice our mindset. If our mindset is shifting to something negative and fixed and not growth, i.e., this will never work. And with the language we use is based on that fixed mindset, this will never work, oh, I should be doing this, oh, why don't I am this, and all the negativity, then of course that's going to feed through the organization, it's going to feed through our teams. So we have to be the leading light. That is so important. That's why I wrote the book, The Courage to Be You. If we show up with impact and influence, courage as ourselves, then we give everyone else the permission to be that too. And so have a think today, is when are you pushing hard that you can't control? And when are you stepping back and actually in your genius zone? And this is also so important. When we're in our genius zone, and you might not even know what your genius zone is, in which case let's have a conversation. But when we're flowing in our genius zone, life is easy and it flows and it just works. When we're pushing up the current, it is tough and it's hard. But unfortunately, as children, we're taught by our parents, teachers, you have to work hard to succeed. What if you don't? What if you have so much joy that you love what you do? And I feel so blessed to absolutely love what I do. And so that's another point about how the weather can be a metaphor. If you feel metaphorically every day it's heavy rain, black clouds, and you're feeling really grim, then that's time to reflect on your path. Is this the right path for you? Now, I totally get mortgages to pay, bills to pay, and all that kind of stuff. But I think sometimes what if we changed our attitude? If we changed our attitude, even a job that we're not enjoying or a team we're finding challenging, if we switch that thinking, oh, this is so tough, I don't work like this, it's really miserable. If we flipped our thinking, like on a bright sunny day when we feel much lighter and freer, and we think, okay, what am I learning here? I'm here to learn. I'm here because I'm meant to be in this place, even if it feels horrible, even when it doesn't feel great. The learning I'm going to get from this is going to be immense. So what do I need to learn right now? And so that's my thought for you today, is how the weather is a metaphor for our leadership. So have a great weekend. Look after yourself and let the sun shine, metaphorically and physically, as we approach the end of another week. Take care, and I'll speak to you on Monday. Bye.